before I go ahead and tell the story time of what happened, why I went to court, and how I beat the case, I just wanted to say that I know my buns aren't even, but it's really hard when you're doing this type of hairstyle to get everything to be even and neat. So please just ignore it, and if it bothers you too much, then I don't know. I'm sorry, but I just really couldn't get them even, and I spent like 30 minutes just on the buns themselves. So anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so in December of 2018, I had been driving for about a year and a few months at this point. I had never been pulled over, like never gotten a ticket, never been in trouble with the law in general. And so, you know, sometimes I do illegal stuff while driving, which I'm pretty sure we all do, and if you don't, then I commend you. But I know that people do illegal stuff and don't get caught, you know, but I really wasn't doing anything illegal this day. Like, sometimes I'll pull a U when I'm not supposed to, or sometimes I'll do a rolling stop instead of a full stop. But this day, I was on my best behavior. Well, I was on my best behavior because it was around Christmas time, and I knew that a whole bunch of cops would be out on the way, like, to the mall and in that general area. So I was just, like, driving really good. So I was on the way to the mall with Katie, and I wanted to take her this different way than I usually go, because I was like, okay, I'll just show you what I mean when I say the projects of this area. So I drove over there, you know, had a fun car ride until this point. So I get to a stop sign. You know, I've been here multiple times before, nothing's ever happened, and I see a cop like over here, and I'm like, oh, he's waiting on somebody, he's gonna get somebody, because he's in kind of a hiding area, but I still seen him. I was like, okay, he's gonna get someone, but it ain't me. It was me. So I'm driving down the road, and he doesn't come behind me for a good like 30 seconds. Then he comes behind me, so I'm like, okay, maybe he's gonna tell me a light's out, maybe he's gonna tell me, like, I don't know, it couldn't have been because I did something wrong. So he comes behind me with his lights on, and I pull over into this like apartment complex thingy, and he's like, you failed to stop. I said, is there another stop sign I didn't know about or something? Because I stopped at that one stop sign. And he said, no, it's just that one. And I'm like, funny how I didn't stop, but I specifically stopped because, one, there was this big like sewer thing in the road, and I slowed down way before the stop because of that, and maybe that's why he thought that was my stop. And two, I seen him, so why would I not stop in front of a cop? And three, on top of all of that, I literally was showing Katie like the project area, so I was like showing her like over here, and that's when I seen the cop. So it was just funny to me that he was pulling me over for failure to stop when I knew for a fact I had stopped. I said, Katie, did I really not stop? Because, you know, sometimes you aren't paying full attention. And she was like, no, like, you stopped. And I was just like, cute. So I'm thinking he's going to give me a warning or something. You know, like, this is my first time being pulled over. I'm young. You know, no, he didn't take it easy at all. He gave me a whole ticket. And it gets worse. Like, it really does. So I get home, and I had called my mom and told her about it. And I still went to the mall and everything, and then when I got home, I gave my mom the ticket, and she didn't look at the ticket price or anything for like a week or two. But when we did look at it, it had a court date on it, right? But I was like, you know, everybody else can pay theirs online, so maybe I'm going to be able to pay mine online. No, it literally said we had a court date and we had to go to it. Like, I couldn't pay it online, that wasn't an option. And at this point, I'm so nervous because I've never been in trouble with the law, I've never been to court. Like, that the whole idea was just scaring me. I really, for some reason, felt like I was going to go to jail, even though I know I can't go to jail for that. I was just so scared, and I was scared they're going to like suspend my license or something. Like, it was so scary to me because, for one, it was my first time getting in trouble with the law, and two, I know I didn't do anything, but they're not going to believe me over a cop, you know what I mean? Anyways, on my ticket, he put that I failed to stop and that there was medium traffic. Like, he circled medium traffic. There was literally just me and him, nobody else. And so I was just like, why is he lying? Why did he do that? And right after he pulled me over, somebody else that had just left the apartment complex, he pulled them over too, like directly after he left me. And I was like, maybe he's trying to meet his monthly quota or something, but the fact that he had to lie on me to do that just really upset me. But anyways, I don't know if that man actually did something or not. I'm pretty sure he didn't because I didn't do anything, but it's whatever. So I didn't have court till, when did I have court? I swear it was like this year. It was like in March or something like that. And so the original day I got the ticket versus the day I had court was really far apart, so I'm glad I remembered and like glad I wrote it down, because if I would have missed that, then I'm pretty sure I can get in really serious trouble. It's the day of court, and I'm really nervous. Like, I can't remember what I wore, but I think it was like semi-nice. Like, I was really scared. I wanted to impress this judge. I did not want anything on my license at all. That was my worst fear, was having points on my license or having this on my record or something. So we get into court, and they do the actual inmates first, and there's like people that were on meth. There was people, what was the other one? There was another person who just like missed his court date, and you know, I was watching people get thrown back in jail and some people get released, and it was like really intimidating because I thought it was just gonna be like people my age or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just wasn't expecting like a whole real ordeal. But yeah, it was. So I'm waiting the entire day basically to get my name called to come to the stand. And when I tell you, there was over 100 people easy in there for all different types of stuff. The same thing as me, stealing, things like that, missing court dates. When I tell you there was over 100 people that went before me, I'm not even kidding. I literally was one of the last people to go, and I had school later in the day that I still went to because I wanted to exempt my finals. So I was like, I went and I got up and I asked the lady, is there any way that I can go quicker? Because I had seen someone else go talk to her, and then they were the next person. So I was like, okay, like maybe I can just ask, like, I really have to go to school. I'm going to tell her that I need to go to school, and that is there any way to like speed this up? And she has the worst attitude with me. She's like, no. And then I'm just like, okay, so I'm out of luck. Like, I just have to wait, and I'm hoping I'll go next. But it was honestly a kind of funny experience. Like, this isn't funny to me, but the fact that like the person that was sitting next to me, he was like, you want my jacket? Because I was freezing. It was so cold in there all day. Like, I was so bored. I hadn't been on my phone all day. We got a restroom break. I went to the bathroom, then came back, and that's it. He offered me his jacket, but I said no because I just didn't want to take like a stranger's jacket or anything, and I didn't know how he would get it back either after he went up there. But anyways, they finally called my name, Alexa Harp, and I'm like, oh my, and my heart's like dun, 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 and my mom's like in the back, and you know, like she doesn't come up with you, like you go alone. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, you know how you want to plead? And I don't want to plead guilty because I'm not pleading guilty to something I didn't do, and I can't plead not guilty without like a lawyer or some like proof or something. And they're not like, you just can't plead not guilty without a reason you're pleading that way. So I pled nolo, which means like you're not saying you did it, but you're not saying you didn't do it, but I didn't do it. And he's like, okay, nolo contendere. He accepts my plea. Like, I don't have any points on my license. It's off my record. It's not reported to insurance or anything. Like, I really got lucky, but the ticket was over $300 after tax. It was really expensive, and honestly, it was a really nerve-wracking experience. And he told me to never take that road again because they purposely stop people on that road because they have a lot of drug transactions going on that road. So they want to see like if people have drugs in their car or the type of person it is. And I guess they're just trying to get crime off the streets. But I didn't have drugs. I wasn't buying drugs. Those weren't my intentions at all. And I was really upset that I got a ticket for that. And my brother also got pulled over on that road before, and they like put him in handcuffs when he did nothing wrong. So I will not be taking that road anymore. The judge told me not to, and I haven't since. And I like get really tense when I pass it because like I'm just scared, and like I know what happened last time, and I know. So moral of the story is, don't try to go on an adventure and show anyone the projects because you're gonna end up a project baby. No, I'm just kidding. You're literally gonna end up in court like me. So don't do it. It's really bad. The judge that I had was so sweet though. Like, he literally asked me what school I was going to, like what college I planned to attend and what I was majoring in, and he just gave me advice like about that area, not to be around there. And he was just really nice overall, and it was a good experience. Like, I thought I was gonna be basically crying when I left, but no. He was really nice, and my voice was shaking when I was on the stand because I was so nervous, and I was just like, it was just a lot for me to handle because I had never done anything like that. I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, but how was I going to prove that? Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this story time. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Thanks for watching.